Greetings, darlings. This is Annette of AnnetteLeonard.com coming back at ya with an episode of Chronic Wellness. Thank you for being here. So, about a year ago, my pharmacy closed. Now, honestly, I don't think anything really could have prepared me for how altogether disruptive this change was going to be. I mean, I had a locally employee owned pharmacy, and the pharmacists knew, well, my wife in particular by name, but they would see us come into the window and start to grab our prescriptions already. And we had a relationship and we're on a first name basis with the pharmacist. And while I knew that losing that was a significant thing and a real loss, I had no idea what a completely world-altering upheaval it would be to change pharmacies. From the fact that none of my prescriptions tranced over automatically, and folks, I have more than 60 active prescriptions, to the fact that my new pharmacy has far more abbreviated hours, to how poorly I think the communication is handled at my new pharmacy, to the new location and not being on a first name basis with the pharmacist, to the fact that they don't always let me know if things aren't in stock, and I'm not finding out until I'm driving there to pick it up and learning as I wait. There's just a myriad of ongoing hassles that have been incomprehensible and so frustrating. I mean, it's one of those things that I don't think other people in my age group have any understanding of. And so I thought, well, this is my audience. If any of them have ever had this happen, they might appreciate. And so it was because of that that I started to wonder, what else is out there? And I don't know about you, but about once a week, I get an email from Amazon Pharmacy trying to get my business. And additionally, thanks to my blood clots of a couple of years ago, am now on a blood thinner that is cost prohibitively, world-endingly expensive. And while, because I'm on Medicare, I don't qualify for any of the cute little prescription drug benefit plans that people with private insurance get the benefit of, which, like, can we just talk about how bananas that is? That if you are very definitely poor and on a government insurance plan like Medicare or Medicaid, you don't qualify for their prescription benefit plan. But I do qualify for being on a mail order plan that somewhat reduces the cost of the med. So I get exactly one prescription by mail order. And that made me think, well, what if I just change all my prescriptions to mail order? And that led me down a months-long rabbit hole of investigating, should I change all my prescriptions to mail order? And what ensued was a wild ride of learning that from Amazon to Wegmans and everything in between, there is a whole world of mail order pharmacy out there that I really didn't have any idea about. And I think that for those of us on anything more than 2 meds a day, it's worth considering. And particularly for those of you out there for whom filling your pillbox is arduous, or perhaps if you have elderly parents or others in your life who cognitively might have difficulty filling their pillbox, it's worth knowing that there are places out there that make, as Amazon calls them, pill packs, where when you get your mail order meds, they are shipped to you in pre-packaged, pre-dosed little packages, little Ziploc bags or other apportioned containers, so that your wake up, morning, noon, afternoon, night, bedtime doses are all metered out, along with their vitamins and supplements sometimes, so that all you have to do is let an alarm go off and take your meds. And I think for some, that service might be a revelation, to be able to order your meds that way and have everything come prepackaged in that respect. And in terms of waste, I think about the volume of pill bottles that I am throwing away now, because those are not recyclable. If they are and you know a way, please let me know. And I'm not sure the waste is that much different. And so mail order pharmacy seemed to me like a good idea. Now, there are things to consider from price. There are a number of mail order companies that don't take insurance, and sometimes that's cheaper, right? We've learned that from GoodRx. To availability, both in your area and of certain medications, to shipping times, etc. So it does take some legwork on your part to figure out if this is a good option for you. But I'm going to get into the specifics of what happened for me in my next video. And in the meantime, I'd love to know, do you have questions about mail order pharmacy? Have you used mail order pharmacy? What made the decision for you? Did something work really well or not work at all in your experience? Because we should be learning from each other about using and sharing these tips and techniques. So if you have tried mail order pharmacy, I'd love to know about your experience. And as ever, I thank you for spending a few minutes here with me. And if you want to know more about my questions and thoughts about mail order pharmacy, tune in next week. And it takes a lot of time and energy to be in these bodies with chronic pain and chronic illness, and all the more so when our pharmacies close their door. So thank you for spending a few minutes here with me. If you have the energy to leave me a review where you listen to audio podcasts, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, thank you for being here. And until we're together again, I hope you are tending to your spirit and finding ways to be well.